Chain.com is getting extremely aggressive when it comes to what they're doing with XCN or Onyxcoin. The price of Onyxcoin is absolutely on fire today, and this is even prior to the market doing a mini pump. As of the filming of this right now, let me pull it up real quick. We are up 46% today alone on Onyxcoin. A lot of people own it. Do me a favor, type XCN or Onyxcoin if you own it. A lot of XRP investors have started pushing a little bit of money into XCN. I want to remind you, and actually I need to make a statement. To anyone working at Chain.com, I emailed you today with a request for a meeting, either with some engineers who I'd like to really talk to about some technical stuff, and I want to do an interview or find out what's going on. I'm pretty close to your location, and I sent the email at 11:49 a.m. exactly. So you can go and check it just in case there's any impersonators or you do not think it's me. That is me. I would like to talk with some of you about what's going on with your company. Now, for everybody that owns XCN, first off, remember to always take profits. I told this to all of my subscribers at around the 1-2 level. Pull back twice as much of your original investment, and you now just you closed a 100% gain. You doubled your money, all right? If you guys did it, say I did it, even though I said it's probably going to go higher, all right? Remember to start taking profits. Now, I'm just going to throw out a suggestion. To move some of these incredible gains into XRP, which is, to me, the golden guidon of the crypto finance ISO realm, and push that off and go, I took a win, I'm going to take it, I'm going to put it into a little bit, something that's a little more stable. Not saying that XRP can't drop in price right now. It can drop if the market drops, right? But that's just me, all right? I believe that you're going to see some faces melt in the next couple of months because Chain.com is getting insanely aggressive. I'm going to explain why it is, and I'm going to give you a little background on Chain. So I just did a video earlier today with some incredible news. If you haven't seen that news, go do it. See it. It looks like Chain.com is jumping on and capitalizing on the momentum that's happening all over the internet. YouTubers all over the internet on YouTube, all of a sudden putting out tons of videos, right? Where beforehand, there wasn't a ton of videos out there on XCN. Every day, it seems like 10 or 15 new YouTubers covering this story. On X, it's blowing up, right? Well, Chain.com just announced this. This is brand new, and it's very important to check this out, to consider this. They said, we are thrilled to announce the introduction of the Chain Loyalty Program. And I'm going to explain why a company would do this. Exclusively for users who have staked XCN. Now, real quick, before you stake XCN, I want you to realize this. If you're staking something and you're putting tokens on a platform, someone else's platform, and you are now releasing your coins onto a platform, I don't like that. If you are staking on a network that only asks for your public address, means you're retaining control of your private keys, that's awesome. But so many times there are a lot of scams out there, and I know a YouTube channel that's about to put together a really detailed analysis of what is going on. Jose, thank you. I'll talk about that in a second. What's going on? When you know how to stake properly and you're not giving up your private keys, you're retaining ownership of your coins, but you're staking to the network. It does something really important. Okay, so let's talk about this again with Chain. This loyalty program is exclusive for those who have staked XCN. They are going to receive up to now 75% off Chain.com services with the flexibility to pay either in fiat or other cryptocurrency for those who prefer to hodl XCN. So let me go down and explain something. They get into it deeper. When they talk about up to 75% off, it says staked XCN is provided by @OnyxDAO and will be a tiered approach as shown below. It says XCN staking tiers are if you stake between 1 and 10 million XCN tokens, you're getting 20% off of Chain.com services. For between 11 million and 20 million coins, you're going to get 50% off. If you stake over 21 million coins, you're going to get 75% off. Well, who's going to care about this? of course, the only people that are going to care about this are the companies that have been doing business with chain.com, right? This is also going to create a demand for chain as companies go, wait a minute, not chain, but a demand for XCN, as companies say, wait a minute, so we've been using your services. You're saying that if we go buy this XCN token, not only are you going to give us 30% off if we pay for it in XCN, but if we take it and stake it and get staking rewards, which are high right now, that number will go down as the network builds. Okay, just so you know, when Ethereum first came out and started their program, their staking program, it was at a high rate, and then it dove down as the network stabilizes and more people get on and stake. So these companies are going, so now you're saying you'll give us 75% off if our company buys XCN and stakes it, gets a rate of return, mind you, and we're gonna create a smaller float. Okay, that makes sense. All of this stuff makes sense. Can this be a scam? Sure, it can be. But this is what I want to talk about with chain.com. This is important because there's a lot of companies with the name chain in it. All right. Let me read this to you and give you some idea of what I'm looking at right now as far as a fundamental on a project. It says here, this is out of 2015. All right. This news article comes out. Chain raises $30 million from financial industry leaders, partners with Visa, NASDAQ, Citi, Capital One, Fiserv, and Orange. It says Chain Incorporated, which is, here, let me show you my laptop, which is the chain we're talking about, right? It says here, announced today that it has raised $30 million in equity funding from a syndicate of financial and payments industry leaders, including Visa, NASDAQ, Citi Ventures, Capital One, Fiserv, and Orange. That's the sixth one. All right. Chain's newest partners will also join the company in forming a blockchain working group to explore the application of the technology in various markets and take a collaborative approach to interoperability. Former American Express CEO and RRE Ventures founder Jim Robinson III has joined the company's board of directors. All right, I want to explain something very clear. This happened in 2015. Ever since then, Chain.com has been in business. And it's been getting more business and more business. This is why I want to go and meet them in person, talk to some engineers, talk to some of their head brass, and get a little deeper dive of why they're getting so aggressive with XCN. Now, XCN was created by Chain. As a matter of fact, I think as of right now, how many of you have stored your XCN, your Onyx coins on, because they were rebranded to Onyx coins, on your Ledger device, and it's still popping up as Chain? How many of you? Let me know down below. It still shows as Chain on the ledger, right? With the same logo and everything. This is pretty impressive. To see a company now all of a sudden come out and say, we want that token. We will take it as payment, and we will incentivize companies to stake it, which is now even a bigger use case. I got to be honest with you. You know, when I started researching this a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, it had all of the signs of something that was big brewing underneath the surface, like an iceberg, because there was no information. They've been developing this for a long time. And all of a sudden, we do a couple videos, and then chain.com is coming out with massive. And to give you an idea of Chain's, let's just pop in real quick and look at Chain's size. And do me a favor, guys. I'm going to put a link down below to my X account where I'm retweeting all this information. Follow me over there. And you can see a lot of things that I share before I put out on videos too. So there's a lot of people that want to front run some of these trades. But I will say that, and down below, if you guys want to learn about crypto, XRP, Bitcoin, or any of these, how to buy them safely, the Bitcoin 101 Accelerator course is epic. And I will say this, there's something really big coming out on my next 2 calls that I think are going to make not only people a good clip of money in the future, but there's a way that I'm going to show you how to secure your future before something really bad happens in the economy with all these blockchain technologies. That's all I can say about that right now. But that's coming out in the works in like the next month and a half. Oh, and I think there's like 30 hours left of the Real Estate Master Group, because to say that there are big things coming in real estate in the next year, opportunities, you're going to want to be ready for that. So go take a look at that if you want. So chain.com has 141,000 followers on X. Now, to give you an idea of how big that is, it's big because Chain isn't it's a blockchain company. It doesn't sit there and talk about its own network, right? It works with companies all around the world for blockchain and Web3 solutions. Web3, think about it as a new type of internet that is extremely more decentralized, where people get to keep their own personal information. There's a lot of development going on. For Chain, for a private company that works in blockchain solutions to have 141,000, this is a big deal. Now, check this out. MC and somebody else just gave me a super chat to talk about the crypto signing legislation. So Donald Trump has announced a crypto a decision, a big one that we've all been waiting for. He didn't name Bitcoin. He didn't name XRP. He didn't name anything. But what he's talking about is not only a working group in this, but there's going to be a strategic investment. This is really exciting. You have to understand that Chain is a United States company. It's formed, I think it's based out of the Bay Area. This is why I want to meet with them. And they developed XCN. I believe that you're going to see a lot of US-based cryptos explode in the next couple of months as certain announcements are brought out by the President of the United States. I like that it's not happening really fast. As a matter of fact, if you look at what's going on today, let's see, Onyxcoin is up, 45% as of the recording of this video with heavy volume. It's picking up again. XRP is up 1.1%. Stellar is up 1.63%. I mean, can you imagine all the people that bought, and guys, do me a favor. Say I bought XCN, if you bought XCN like at least a month ago, and you're seeing these crazy gains. Can you imagine being able to take some of those gains, like I said, as you shave gains off, right? Because what you're seeing is a sort of a freak out moment. Not with retail investors moving into XCN, actually. You're seeing actually companies buying it up because of what Chain's doing. This is pretty awesome. Well, all of you, as you're pulling off profits, can you imagine taking those profits and reinvesting them into XRP, gaining more market share? As a matter of fact, my son, AJ, picked up, some XCN. We're going to do a video about that. And he bought a little bit and it tripled, right? He pulled back his initial investment and doubled his initial investment. And he goes, you know what? I'm going to go buy XRP with that. He didn't own any XRP recently. He owned it a long time ago. He's like, that's my bedrock, right? That's what I'm going to hold for the next 5 to 10 years. And so he's pulling his profits from these other smaller micro caps that are blowing up and putting them into larger projects that are going to be more stable in their price. When I mean stable, I'm talking about, and guys, agree with me, type up or down. Do you believe XRP is going to be higher in the next 12 months or lower? Is it going to be up or down? What is it? I believe it's going to be higher, but it's not going to move parabolically now that it's already made its first parabolic run. It's going to make another one. You're going to see, I believe, $12 to $18 in the next 12 months. I know that's a really mild. You guys can put down the number you believe it's going to be. But my point being is I think that you're going to see people taking these micro cap coins that we show you. This is what I used to do in 2017 that I talk about all the time. I'm just now moving back into that realm, okay? Because I want to see you take that money and move it into more stable crypto projects that are bigger, right? That are still going to perform for you. I want to see you move it into real estate in the next year. I want to see you move it into some bonds as bond rates go up. That's going to happen. And I just want to see you go from win to win to win, all right? Now, if you guys agree with that, say heck yeah. Just type it down below. If you want to win, we're going to show you how to win, but win sensibly, okay? These aren't get-rich-quick schemes. I know a lot of people that just made, well, shoot. Type the percentage you're up since you bought it on the newsletter call. Because when the newsletter went out, I bought it at a quarter of a penny, and then I released it to the newsletter when it dipped down to 0.0022. So I made sure it went down like 10% before I released it to the newsletter. I wanted all the newsletter subscribers to be able to buy it cheaper than I bought it. Then I gave you all 72 hours and I went to town. I made my initial purchase and then I loaded up. After I gave you 72 hours to buy it cheaper than me. So then I bought it at your price plus even lower as it dipped a little bit more, right? And I told you I only put 1%. It actually ended up being 2.5% of my crypto net worth into it. And now I'm looking at it and I'm going, this is pretty epic, right? Well, I already showed you how to pull those profits, right? Y'all made double your initial investment. So now, Chartist, this is abnormal. I'm getting technical traders that are calling me and going, Ninja, this doesn't make sense. I'm like, welcome to out season, bro. That's seriously. I've already lived this twice, and it's pretty epic. And you're going to see people making. I mean, right now, I had an attorney call me from Texas. He goes, "I bought it because you said it." I'm like, "What price?" And he told me the price. I said, "Congratulations, you're almost up 1,000%." He goes, "You serious? I haven't even looked at it yet." I'm like, "Yeah, you're up 1,000% almost." And technical analysis. If we keep this kind of volume, you're going to see 3 to 5 cents in pretty short order if the volume stays up. But it looks like chain.com, and if anyone's from Chain right now, I sent the email at 11:49. That really is me. I want a meeting. So let's talk about some real stuff. I want to talk with some of your engineers and with some of the upper brass, and I'll show up in person. And I'll keep certain things quiet. But my point is I want to vet chain.com even more because there's still very little out there. And it's very, very important that we vet this stuff. But on the way up, you're experiencing FOMO on a project that's just now getting press. Just, that's what you're experiencing right now. You're experiencing a company that was started by a lot of big money money companies like Citibank and Visa and all this stuff back in 2015, now backing this project that they actually created a long time ago. So this is a really trippy project. And to be honest with you, the all-time high on XCN was around 18 and a half cents, which I think gave it about a $7.5 billion market cap. Do I believe, and I'm going to ask you, do you believe that we could see it hit its all-time high again? Yes or no? Of 18 to 20 cents. I personally believe you can see this because back then, the only press on XCN was its actual what's it called? Token release and some of the early adopters picking it up and buying it up. Since then, it's fallen like, I don't know, a ton, right? But volume is starting to pick up and the news cycle is starting to pick up. Just that alone can take a complete, fake project to the moon. And in a world that we're seeing Trump coin, Pepe coin, and things like that take off, why couldn't this? Do any of those projects have big companies behind them going, yeah, we're going to take a discount if you pay us with it? That's sort of weird, right? So a company that was started by Visa, or all the first investors were Visa and all these big companies. Let's go back through it again real quick. Think about this. A company that its first investors were Visa, NASDAQ, Citi Ventures, Capital One, FinServ, and Orange. A company with those investors are now saying, we'll give you a discount if you pay us in XCN. Or if you stake it and you want to hold it, we will give you, based on those companies are going to have to show their staking wallets, right? There's a little marker they can do to show that it's theirs. They will get up to 75% off their services. So Chain it sounds like, hell-bent on making sure that the float goes to almost nothing in XCN. So if this is all legit, and we're going to find out, let's see if Chain has re-emailed me right now. As of the filming of this, stand by. I'm checking. I'm not joking. I'm gonna get this figured out. Okay, they have not contacted me. And do me a favor. Hey, guys, go to my down below is my link on X. Go to my X profile, hit the follow button, and check out. I've reposted things from Chain. Go on to Chain and say, answer the Economic Ninja's email, because I'm gonna go get this figured out. I wanna do this research, because if this is what I think it is, this is big. If it's not, then it's not, and that's why you got to be pulling profits. You always pull profits. What if this thing went to zero tomorrow? What if it did? And you didn't take an opportunity right now to pull twice as much of your initial investment back. Now, I did it. I didn't want to do it, honestly, because I knew this pump was going to come. But I did it, and I'm not joking. Like, talk to my friends, talk to my son, talk to everyone. I'm like, I really didn't want to do it, but I wanted to be an example. So I pulled twice as much as my initial investment. I pulled it off the table. When it dropped to 0.01, I actually bought back a little bit of it, but it was nominal. But my point being is that it's a big deal for me because I don't normally do that on my small speculative plays, because, again, I'm dealing with 1-2% of my crypto net worth, right? And this is how I got to where I am. I play an idiot a lot, and then behind the scenes I do something different because I want real people to learn the fundamentals of investing. And by pulling twice as much out, you've won. Like, do me a favor. If you did that, just type I won right now. And I want people, and shoot, put how much percentage you're up. Because I need people to learn the fundamentals of investing, because I can't make a million people millionaires around the world if you don't learn these fundamentals and you take their small wins, because I want your DNA, I'm not joking, to have markers in them. Oh, I know what winning feels like. I know what winning feels like. And because a lot of people know what losing feels like. I've lost many times. I've been wrong a ton of times. I've lost a lot of money in the past. But then I started getting small wins, small wins, small wins. 2017 crypto market, I got a lot of wins, and I can feel that. When another opportunity comes, I go, ooh, I can sense something. It's this weird sense. And you start looking into project like, this feeling is the feeling I experienced with the last 10 wins. Let me look into it. Let me put a little bit of money into it. Not a lot. And then when I vet it, I've got a little skin in the game. Boom. Let's put a little bit more, just a little bit. Then when it blows up, don't sit there and whine, I should have put all my money in. Be thankful to God and go, I'm going to pull back my original investment. Now I'm going to pull back twice as much. Then I'm going to pull back another section. Do you know right now, as XCN keeps rising, you can pull money out? And think about this. How many YouTubers are out there going, hey, technically, I'm the most watched on videos about XCN, right? Biggest channel covering it. My investment's out there. If there's more sellers than buyers, guess what happened to the price? It goes down. But I'm telling you, pull back a little bit. Just win. The gambling, get rid of the gambling spirit and go, oh, but it could go up more tomorrow. Yeah, sure it could. But you know what? It could also go to nothing. So I'm searching out the fundamentals. I'm waiting for emails back from chain.com. I'm calling them out. And if I don't hear back from them, go down to X and bug the crap out of them and say, why aren't you answering the email? Why aren't you answering the email? Because if I find this ain't legit, I don't hear back from them, I'll let you guys know. All right? So this is where investing in cryptocurrency during a bull run gets really exciting. Because, yeah, we've all got XRP. Cool. You all saw, I've been telling people to buy it since $2 or 20 cents. I've been buying it since 2 cents. Now I'm sitting at $3. I go, I'm good. My bag's packed. I'm good. I'm going to be pulling out 20% of my holdings. 10% of my holdings when it hits between 12 and 18 bucks. I'll be pulling that out. You'll know exactly when I do it. And the deal is, okay, so Miss Priss, thank you for the super chat. I mean, it depends on how much you got. You know what I mean? If it's like $500, you're like, it's $500. You want to let it ride? Cool. But I want people to have a win. You pull out that little bit, double your initial investment. If she bought $200 worth, it's worth $1,000 now. Why not pull $400 out and buy $400 worth of XRP? Or I like XLM right now. XLM has not moved in conjunction what it historically does with XRP. I'm just throwing this out there. But hey, all this crap can go to zero. I got to give you that disclaimer. All right. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you want to learn about how to buy it safely, securely, and have a lot more confidence, the XRP Bitcoin 101 Accelerator course. I'm telling you, it's the best $99 you're ever going to spend. And to everybody that are my current students that own crypto, I just released the student-only pricing on the new How to Start Your Own Cryptocurrency and Investment LLC course. So you go and check that out. That deal is only good for the next 72 hours. If you're not a student, you didn't get the email, no worries. Hopefully you guys have a great day. We're going to probably watch this thing just go slamming through. It's probably going to drop from here. That would only make sense. People taking profits. If you're going to take profits, you should take some profits. I'm not, but I've already taken twice as much. I'm just going to let her stew. So if it drops today, I'm going to be okay. We're all going to be okay. All right. With that being said, the Economic Ninja, woo, fire is out. Thank you, Brad, for letting me know. Go follow me on X. Go bug the heck out of chain.com and say, hey, go answer the Economic Ninja's email. See you guys later. Oh, they're